What's going on, guys? Today we're going to start off with a little bit of commentary. As you can see, my weigh-in was 169.8 there. It's been a couple days since that morning, but my lowest so far since it started has been 167.2, which pretty happy about that. Today it fluctuated up. It was 168, but that's okay, especially after a leg day or after something like that. You can hold some lactic acid, or just, maybe have a lot of sodium, maybe drink enough water yesterday, but that is perfectly fine. But here is my lower day. So right now I've been doing 6 days a week, upper, lower, upper, lower, upper, lower. So this is the first week on that. I was doing a push-pull leg split, but still going pretty heavy on my compounds. This is 3 sets of 5 with looks like 365. I believe, yeah, 365. So did that for squats. Pretty happy with the depth I got there. And then after the squats, we moved on, and we did I did some Bulgarian split squats with the Smith machine. So I just have a 45 and a 25 on there, and usually you can just count those. So that's just, the 90 from the 45s plus the 50 from the 25s on each side. So probably about 140 pounds on each leg right there, because the Smith machine bar says it weighs 45 pounds, but it really is like nothing. So, but yeah, just putting the leg on the back bench right here, your back leg. You want to make sure that your knees do not go over your toes here, and going all the way down and getting that depth. This is really, really good. I always feel in my glutes. My quads are always burning by the end of it. So, did 3 sets of 8 on each leg there. And then after that, we moved on, and I did hamstring curls. I usually always do these seated, which, the lying is okay, but I've had surgery in my right leg, and I got a nail in there, and it kind of gives me some issues. But this, just making sure your thighs stay up on the bar there, on the little rest, going all the way down, squeezing, and then slowing the way up. So we did 3 by 8 here, I think. 3 by 8, I believe. Yeah, as you can see, I'm definitely burning here. But right now I'm enjoying the split. It's kind of hard doing leg days 3 days a week, but today's Friday and just got over with my last leg day. It's not too bad. But after hamstring curls, we moved on to quad extensions. Now, I did 3 sets of 8 here, trying to burn it out, trying to go a little bit heavy. Not the greatest shot of my quads because I'm so wide, but yeah, not too bad. And then from there, after we got done with the quad extensions, we moved on to a seated calf raise. Now, the seated calf raise is going to work your soleus, whereas the standing, or as the as a standing, or as like the leg press calf raise, is going to work more of your gastrocnemius, which is the little ball, and the soleus is right above that, makes a big line. So that is what the seated is going to work, and yeah, 3 by 12 there. And then we moved on to, these are called sissy squats, as Julian Smith will say. But yeah, these are sissy squats, and now these are pretty, I wouldn't say advanced. I don't know if I even consider myself advanced. I'd like to think that. But if you don't have the range of motion, or if you have knee problems, or you're a beginner, I wouldn't really suggest this. But you want to make sure that your chest, hips, knees all stay in a line. Very slow, very controlled, and these will hit your quads super good. Did no weight there, but really enjoyed those. So, and that was the end of my workout. And so here is me showing you guys how to set up your macronutrients. Enjoy. So there's a couple ways you can do it. You can type it into a calculator to find the TDEE and the basal metabolic rate and all that kind of stuff. But that can get pretty hard. You need to make sure you have your body fat. You need to have your body fat, things like that, your weight, your height. You have access to a computer, or you can do it this way, which I find is pretty good. It's always pretty accurate compared to the TDEE calculators and things like that. And plus, it's these numbers, these calories, these protein, fats, and carbs that I give you are not going to be perfect. That's when the scale comes in to see what your body's doing with the calories. So let me talk you guys through how I do it. So we're going to give 2 examples. One's going to be female, one's going to be male, because you do them a little bit different. Just because a male's metabolism is going to be faster. They usually hold more muscle, which makes it faster. And the female's is going to be a little bit lower to start with the cut. So with that being said, I'm just going to give you guys an example. So the one on the left is going to be a male. Okay, we're just going to give a nice even number, and we're going to say that he is 200 pounds. Okay, so to find your calories or anybody's calories, what you're going to want to do to start with a deficit, now this is not to maintain, this is for a deficit. You're going to take that male's body weight, okay, in pounds, and you're going to multiply it by 12 to get his calories, okay, on a cut. Okay, so say he's 200 pounds. What you're going to do here is you're going to multiply by 12, like I said, and let me pull out my calculator and make it a lot easier on us. So, to figure out his cut, come on. So, I hope you guys can see that. So, you're going to multiply 200 times 12, and that's going to give us 2,400. That's going to be his calories to a starting cut. So, 2,400 calories. Okay, so the first thing we're going to start, and the first thing you guys need to, the first macronutrient you're going to want to figure out is that person's protein. Okay, so the easiest way to lose weight is to keep muscle mass, to lift heavy to keep that muscle mass, and one way to do that, before I move on, so if you have more muscle mass, the quicker your metabolism is going to be. So we want to keep that lean muscle mass. And doing that, studies have shown that 1 to 1.2 grams per body weight. So basically, their body weight times 1 to 1.2 grams on a cut is going to maintain muscle. It's going to ensure that you keep muscle. Now, you can go a little bit higher if you want to be careful and you want to be sure that you're maintaining muscle. But I would say for definitely starters, it's going to be hard to hit your protein anyways, so do yourself a mental favor and just do it by a pound. So just going to do the easy one. So the male weighs 200 pounds, so 200 times 1 is obviously going to give you 200 grams, and protein has 4 calories per gram, so 4 calories over here. And so you're going to multiply 200 grams times 4, which is going to give you, let me do this, 200 times 4, right here on the calculator, 800 calories. So 800 calories is coming from protein. So then after protein, you're going to move on to fat, okay? So to find your fat, you're going to want to shoot between the calories, so it's going to be 20 to 30% of calories are going to come from your fat, okay, from your fat source. Fat is a very, very important macronutrient for taste, mostly, and to, fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, and the only way those things can be digested and absorbed is if you have adequate amount of fat. So what I like to do is I just cut that in half. So usually what I will do is I will take the calories, so his cutting calories, 2,400 calories, and multiply that 25%. So 2,400 times 25% is going to give us 600 calories. So 600, and since fat, for every 1 gram of fat, it's going to give us 9 calories. You're going to, instead of multiplying the 600 times 4, you're going to divide it by 9, and it's going to give you 66, right there, 66 grams of fat. So the 66 grams which equals 600. Can you guys see that? 600 calories. Okay, and the final macronutrient, which is very, very important also because it's your body's main energy source, is carbohydrates. And because, God, who doesn't love a good carb, right? Who doesn't love bread and fruit? So, carbs. So, from there, it's pretty simple from here. So, you have the, well, first off, here's the macros of these, but then you have the calories, right? So you're going to take these calories, and I'll show you what you do with those to get your carbs. So you're going to do 2,400, which are just, again, is cutting calories. Okay, and then you're going to subtract 800 calories from that. 800. Okay, and then minus the 800, you're also going to subtract the 600 from the 2,400. So minus 600. And it's going to give you a number, and I'll show you what to do with that. So 2,400 minus 800 minus 600. That's going to give you 1,000 calories, okay? Okay, and carbohydrates is just like protein, meaning it has 4 calories per gram. So 1,000 calories. So what you're going to do here, 1,000 calories divided by 4, it's going to shoot at 250, and that is how many grams of carbs this meal is going to be getting. So 250 grams of carbs, which equals 1,000 calories here. 250 grams. So for the male, his protein, for his macronutrients, his calories are going to be 2,400. His protein, is going to be 200 grams. Fats is going to be 66 grams. And then his carbs is going to be 250 grams. So, and this is what he will need to start with for his macronutrients. Okay, so you just saw the male, so I'm just going to move on. We're going to go pretty quick here. So we're talking about a female here, okay? So a lot easier here with this. So you're going to multiply the body weight in pounds times 10 for females, okay? So we're going to say this female weighs 150 pounds. Okay, so you're going to multiply that by 10. It's going to give you 1,500 calories as a starting cut. Okay, like I said, go here on protein. It's going to be your first macronutrient to start. Same thing with female. To maintain muscle, you're going to multiply their body weight, and you're going to multiply it by 1 to 1.2 grams per pound. Okay, so she's 150 pounds. Just going to do it right nice and even. 150 times 1 gives you 150 grams. So 150 times 4 is going to give you 600 calories. From protein, you move on to fat. Like I said, it should be 20 to 30% of calories. So I like to do right in the middle, like I said, so 1,500 times 25%. It's going to give you 375 calories. Then you're going to divide that by 9 to 41 grams of fat. So, moving on to carbs. Like I said, easiest one to find. Just go here, take her cutting calories. So, 1,500 minus 600 calories minus 375 equals, so 1500 minus 600 minus 375, 525 divided by 4, and you end up with 131. So 525 calories, which gives you 131 grams of carbs altogether. So her macronutrients going to be, her calories are going to be 1500, protein, fats, carbs, you're going to get 150 grams of protein, 41 grams of fat, 131 grams of carbs to start her cut. Try to make this short and simple. So, you guys, hope you guys can get something out of that and learn how to set up your own macronutrients and don't necessarily need somebody. Now if you can't, it's too confusing, I would love to help you guys. If you guys have any questions, need any help, if you guys want to do personal training with me, come down to Aerofit. But like I said, if you have any questions, DM me on Instagram, Twitter. I'd love to help. Facebook, just whatever. But with that being said, I've been pretty busy. I've had school, just got started with that, and downloaded Final Cut Pro X, paid for that. So everything should be quick and in a hurry with the videos. And hopefully you guys are staying in tune with all this kind of stuff. But with that being said, kind of dealing with some bad bugs. So that's why everything's in like the trash can and things like that. So I'm gonna clean out everything. It's a pain in the butt. I don't even know how I got them. But we're gonna get that taken care of, and then be putting out more content. So you guys stick around. I love you guys. Peace.